Yo. Oh my god, it's finally here. Kratos versus
You've been
Asura! Fuck yeah.
you've been pretty hyped for it.
Yeah.
It does seem like a really cool fight matchup.
Oh my gosh. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary fellas who fall in nowhere in between the made-up spectrum, is I, Anon the Marten, joined once again by Sosa McGoban and Crossover Line. How you guys doing?
Oh, good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I know.
The 30-minute heads up went by freaking fast. I didn't even realize it was already 30 minutes.
That's why I say. That's why I always say set your alarms because it's time for a death battle. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's been a hectic. It's been a hellish few weeks, but we're here. It's time for peak content, guys. Kratos vs. Asura has been one of the most requested things in Death Battle history. I'm not even going to sugarcoat and say that because that might be one of the most requested matchups since Dante versus Bayonetta back in the day. And remember last time Kratos was on Death Battle back in 2011?
Yeah, versus Spawn.
Oh my god. It's been over a fucking decade, but he's back and he's fought the most peak opponent he could. Okay, so before we get into the episode proper, I want to go by and ask you guys, what's your experience with God of War and Ashura's Wrath, and how you feel about these two characters?
At first, oh, well, you go first.
You go first.
I was gonna say, at first, when it came to Kratos, I definitely thought, he's an irredeemable bastard. But after they did the whole, added the whole Norse versions of him, I was like, oh my god, I cannot hate him anymore. He actually realized he did so much bad stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Kratos and God of War as a whole for like the very longest time has been something I just watched from the sidelines. I just don't have any sort of interest in it, actually playing the games. But I deeply appreciate what the Norse games done for Kratos' character, because before Kratos' character was just so unlikable and just so devoid of charm or personality that I just did not care. I was always gravitated. I was always going to be a Devil May Cry as a Bayonetta fan more before I was ever a fan of Kratos. But after Ragnarok, especially, I think Kratos has come full circle to being something a lot more than what he ever was. Or just more. He was allowed to be more than just the angry, philanderization that he was presented as.
Yeah.
I don't really have much experience with either subject, honestly. I know Kratos. It's impossible not to be interested in video games and not know Kratos.
I mean,
I'm familiar with the plots of his games, and I've seen a lot of reviews, gameplays, analysis, all that stuff of his games, but I myself haven't played it. And yeah, he started off as seeming just a generic angry guy, but as of the Norse ones, he really is chilled out and has, a really good relationship with his son.
yeah.
As for Ashura's Wrath,
Oh boy.
I got nothing.
Okay.
From what I've seen of it, it's like if you mix God of War with the energy of No More Heroes.
Okay.
But that's about it.
So basically, Ashura's Wrath came in a very credentious. No, not credentious. A very strange time, because the game is basically is more akin to that of an anime series where it's quick time events video game. It's not. It's easy to write off Ashura as like a very one note angry guy, but he has some depth. It's just not as complex as like Kratos has become. It's very much an anime, how an anime protagonist will act like. So here we
I actually was curious, so I did watch a playthrough of the game, and I realized it's way more cutscenes and what's it called again? When you have a scene going on, you have to push a button really quick.
Quick time events.
Quick time event.
Yes.
Kind of like from Kingdom Hearts 2, where it had like the action scenes, but you had to push like quick time events.
No.
Yeah.
Asura's Wrath is QuickTime Event, the video game. Like it's like it really doesn't matter if you're watching it or playing it because you're essentially getting the same kind of experience. The only difference is that you're pushing buttons.
Yeah, it's like I watched and I thought there was gonna be like way more roaming around, like collecting stuff, getting upgrades, and that kind of stuff. And I watched, it's like, oh, this is way more like a few bits of running around, but it's way more cutscenes and just it felt way more like a movie than a game.
It's an anime series. That's basically what it is. It's structured like an anime series. Like
yeah, because I remember how like they would have quote unquote episode, and
of course
you'd have to wait for the next one to come out for a while.
Except most of the episodes were released on release, except the final true ending, which was paid DLC. That was not good for the reputation, but it's like, that's like the coolest shit in the game. But it's like you have to pay money for the full story, which is dumb. I'm not gonna lie. That was probably the biggest mark on Asura's Legacy. But besides that, Asura's just so fucking cool. Let's be real. And this matchup, and this matchup is very equally matched. I feel what comes down to this match, aside from just being angry godslayers who punches deities for their family, is that no one can seem to agree who actually wins. Because
he never really seemed to die. Like that's the thing. There was a time where like almost a good few episodes where he would be put down by someone stronger, but he just never actually died. He just came back.
Okay, well, both Asura and Kratos can come back from death. For Kratos, it's a lot more based on circumstance. I feel like Asura is that guy. He's built different. He just comes back, and he comes back faster and faster each time. Like at first, like 12,000 years, then 500, then a few hours. It's like the dude is speed running resurrection. It's over here.
From what I've seen, Kratos is gonna have the better arsenal.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
And Asura is probably gonna have the better feats because, from what I remember, God of War stuff never left the stratosphere.
Yes.
Asura's final boss is the size of the planet.
Okay. No, that's the first boss.
Yeah.
That's the first boss.
Oh. Okay then. So you can.
Yeah, that is.
They made a freaking reference joke to it with the Courage versus Scooby episode.
Yes, I love that. Everyone who knew popped off at that shit. But this is the biggest hurdle when it comes to this matchup: the feats versus lore, because that is the biggest takeaway from this matchup. Even if you took all of God of War, look at all the cutscenes, all the gameplay stuff, they would not even compare to the first boss of Asura's Wrath, which was double the size of planets, and then the final boss, which was eclipsing galaxies. The pure universal shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
It's like, and that's the biggest thing about this episode is that Asura's Wrath, from pure visual standpoint, in terms of both story and gameplay, has better visual feats than Kratos ever had. But then comes God of War with its lore. The lore implications basically just upend everything because of how screwed up the God of War mythology is, because they're trying to fit in every single mythology in this world. Like they have Norse, they have Greek, they have Egyptian, they have Japanese, the Shinto religions, they have Aztec, they have everything. It's like, and that causes conflict because how you measure the size of a universe, how is the universe created? Because each myth has their own the story of how it's created. What is the scale we're working with? How does Kratos actually compare to that scale? It's just a lot of stuff that feels very muddied. Yeah.
And that is also kind of the fun thing with God of War, but like you can actually have more games because there's multiple different gods of war. So I know they can keep continuing if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, but like let's be real, they will. Asura's story is basically done. It was very concise, wrapped up. You can take there's options for new God of War. It's just that when comparing both of them together, it's hard to understand exactly how Kratos would compare to Asura's cosmic feats, when he never goes to the cosmos at all during his games. That is the biggest takeaway I have for this, is that there's just not enough ways to know for sure, and they're gonna have to do a lot of explaining, because I've seen the previews. They've already got Kratos up to some insane shit, but if I had to guess, I want to say that they're going to tie for strength and speed, but Kratos is going to win in experience. He's going to win Arsenal, and Asura might take the win at Resurrections, but then we have the Blade of Olympus, and that causes issues. But we'll see what they have to say in the episode. For now,
Personally,
go ahead.
Personally, I think we have like a 60-40 shot. Kratos being 40%, Asura being 60.
Okay, so early predictions. I think Kratos will win. Crossover, you think Asura will win? Cecil?
I'm honestly gonna have to say Asura, because he's had like way more, like tens of thousands of years of experience with war.
Okay, we'll see what happens. But
Plus, when you factor in the science behind like killing guys the size of planets, that probably will give him an edge.
All right. Well, let's stop fussing around. Let's get into this episode. Kratos vs. Asura. It's time. It's go time. Oh, by the way, this episode is the second longest episode in the entirety of Death Battle, and the animation reaches nearly 9 minutes.
Kratos versus Asura.
The ghost of Sparta versus the wrathful
Whistle noise of
destructor.
impressiveness.
Sometimes you just want to
My mic
punch
does
a
not
god
pick
in
up
the...
whistles.
Did you pick up what I said though?
Yes, that's why I tried to give that impressive whistle noise, but my mic does not pick up whistles.
Shit. All right.
Face. Where's my boomstick?
There they
And
are.
it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Let's do this.
In the beginning.
Oh, hold on a second. All official material related to a character is applied to analysis unless found contradictory to the primary source material. Certain ultimate media, example B is for boy. Oh no. And creator statements are only applicable as far they are supported by the primary source. Okay. I forgot there was a God of War children's book. Oh my god. That's great. Okay.
Oh, you.
Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang.
Yes.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting the whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos,
Yep.
who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic
Hold on a second.
bastard
All right,
child,
here's
Zeus
the background. Species: part god, part mortal. So he's a demigod technically. Cecil, are you okay? Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. He's 1,000 years old. He's 7'8". Alias is Ghost of Sparta, God of War, Marked Warrior. He likes Atreus, Olives, Mimir, his family. Dislikes selfish gods, sliding puzzles, and Sackboy doesn't want to talk about it. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they are rivals in the PlayStation All-Stars game.
Oh my
Yep.
god. We don't talk
Honestly,
about. We don't talk about that.
they were some of the weirder ones.
Damn, we don't talk about that. Mm-mm.
Oh no!
Kratos
Wait!
was left among
No! Kratos' rival was Sweet Tooth. Sackboy's rival was Big Daddy. So I don't know where they got this then.
Promotional material.
Probably.
Immortals, far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys
They
who are
did the
kicking
meme.
my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords, and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing
Cecil, are you talking about something? I can barely hear you.
No, I think his mic is picking up our mics in the speaker, and it's his mic is picking up the sound from the his.
Yeah.
Damn, I hate that. All right,
Yeah.
sorry. I'll try
Don't
to.
like when that happens.
I'll try to ignore.
I'll try to turn the volume down and see if that helps.
We'll see.
for his god,
Maybe move your mic
Kratos
up away from the
accidentally
speakers.
murdered his own family,
Yeah, here he
permanently
goes.
marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore,
The ghost of Sparta.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it, too.
With Poseidon's trident
Okay,
and
hold on a
Icarus's
second.
wings,
Okay, here we go. Here goes. Weapons. Greek.
Oh my god.
Arms of Sparta, Barbarian Hammer, Blade of Artemis, Blades of Chaos, Blades of Olympus, Eyes of Atlas, Gauntlet of Zeus, Golden Fleece, Eye of Realm, Head of Medusa, Icarus Ranks, Poseidon's Trident, Scourge of Illness, Spear of Destiny, Sons Norse, Leviathan Axe, Sharpener, Spear of Rocks, Sword, Blitz Talisman, more Shields, Dauntless Shield. Yeah. Okay, so this is probably my biggest point of contention with this episode so far, is that they're giving Kratos everything from his Greek stuff, which, and that's the biggest problem, because he cannot, because as it was established in Ragnarok that the reason why he can't use all his old gear, his old magic, is because when Kratos killed all of Olympus, it sort of took the magic with him, So when Greece died, the magic died, and that's why you can't use them in the Norse games no more. And that's a big point of contention for me specifically, because he realistically shouldn't have to need this for the fight. It's just that, I mean, he already wins in terms of having a bigger arsenal. It's just that he doesn't. It's that he really shouldn't need any of this. It shouldn't have this stuff even mentioned, because, again, he canonically cannot use it. He can't have both his Greek stuff, all of his Greek stuff, and all of his Norse stuff at the same time.
Counterpoint. Just because the spear lost its magic does not mean it's not a spear.
I mean, a lot of his spears do have magic. Let's be real. The Dropmere spear is way better than all of his previous spears. Let's be real. It's like Lucifer. It's just like Lucifer on crack. It's like Lucifer from DMC4 on crack. It's ridiculous.
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, okay, he obviously, if he lost the magic and stuff, he can't use like the head of Medusa or Icarus's wings. But like, the gauntlets of Zeus are still giant metal fists that will probably hurt if you hit someone with them.
Yeah, but they're
Poseidon's trident is still a trident, can stab people. A sword's still a sword even if it's not magic, and a shield's still a shield if it doesn't have magic.
Yeah.
So he can probably use the gear itself, but any enchantments that it had was definitely long gone.
And that makes it weirder, because why would you use that at that point, honestly? It's just, it's
like,
just
because if it's a quality shield, it's a quality shield.
It really ain't.
Versus Asura?
Yeah. Versus Asura, versus planet busting Asura.
Oh, I'm not saying that makes it better for in a fight against Asura, but I'm saying if he has a shield that works pretty decently, why would he just throw it away?
Because he has better
Plus,
shields. He has
different swords have different strengths and weaknesses, so he might keep them for like special situations or something.
Okay, to be fair, there is some reason why he would have one. He at least should have the Blades of Chaos, because he had that in the Norse games, and he should get the Blade of Olympus, because that came back in Ragnarok. That came back as a special super mode. Yeah, he should absolutely have that. Everything else, I don't think is necessary. Honestly, it might might be better to just have only just not worry about that. Worry about it, honestly.
Well, it's kind of like how they were doing the freaking Link versus a Cloud thing, where they gave Link weapons and armor and all that he had from multiple different games, which is confirmed.
Oh yeah,
maybe. I sort of treat this also sort of treat this like a Helsing situation, where Alucard can't get stronger and his normal powers at the same time, because there's a canonical reason why he can't. So that's why.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I just hope.
So I hate when they lump a character who has like a bunch of different versions of him into like one guy. That kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion.
It's only
what they did with the TMNT.
I mean, it's only a big stickler for me specifically, because it's only because there is a story reason for why he can't. For stuff like Cloud and Link, or to the TMT, where they have to try to represent their entire history, then it's fine. I think that's fine.
Well, yeah, but Cloud's entire history is just the history of one guy. Link's entire history is the history of like 15 guys.
Still
That's
didn't help
kind
him.
of different.
Yeah,
Still didn't help
like
him.
they confirmed that it's different Links. He's just reincarnated at different moments in time. Just yeah.
Yeah,
Now, if they wanted to make a generic Link with all the standard gear Links usually have, that's a different matter entirely and would probably work for the purposes of this. But just like but just like taking all the Links and mashing them together, that's a bit different.
Yeah, it's more. I feel like it's more. It feels like it might be a gross double standard, but it's like, I think it's fine if you match up characters with different incarnations like TMNT or Link, if only because you want to get the broadest appeal possible. Obviously, there's edge cases where you have to have them be specific versions or exclude specific versions because they have certain powers where that just aren't applicable to others. But like obviously like including TMNT, but this is just more a case of giving him everything that he canonically shouldn't have. But then again, Dante canonically sells off all his weapons and after each game, and Bayonetta's confusing, but she doesn't have all her weapons from previous games. I'm just this just feels like a weird edge case because they do get destroyed a lot more often. It's just a weird thing. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
That's cool.
Kratos dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than
Okay,
light.
so now we're getting
Frankly,
to a lot of the lore scaling of this episode. So already 2.4 quadrillion times light speed. Helios feat might be even faster than that. So let's see how this goes.
incomprehensible feat,
Then there's Daddy Zeus.
who proved a serious challenge, until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy.
Kratos
and can
regained
pull
the
enough to even
Blade
kill
of
Zeus.
Olympus in God of War Valhalla, and was able to summon afterwards. Mamiris describes it as a memory of your past may manifest. So basically, yeah, he basically has it again. I wonder, yeah, that's fair.
Zeus, like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet,
Yeah.
he couldn't be any more depressed.
Yeah.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily
Yeah.
the toughest task he ever undertook, especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including
Yep.
the Leviathan axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Ooh.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Aesir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Yeah.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor.
Yeah. Oh,
I know,
God damn it.
but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's the world tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse
Okay,
world,
that's probably can come back later because of cosmic scaling levers, but like we'll figure out the way go because then killed most of the Greek pantheon, climbed out of the underworld after dying, forced Atlas to hold up the universe forever, killed Kronos to overthrow the creator of the Greek universe, released hope into the Greek and Norse realms, survived being thrown across the planet, reconciled with his past to become a better god, defeated Atlas, Hercules, Zeus, Thor, and Odin, fought Shovel Knight to a standstill.
Oh yeah, he did do that in Shovel Knight.
Oh yeah, I feel like Shovel Knight should come back at some point. Let's be real.
Ooh, Shovel Knight versus Isaac. The clash between the two indie darlings.
Yeah. Or Shantae, who knows?
Kratos reclaimed
I
old
don't feel
weapons
like
by reckoning with
Shantae
his
would be a
past sins.
good match.
Yeah, huh.
Even taking Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins. Even taking up the blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Yes.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
Amen. That was wonderful.
This battle is
Elsie.
Here we go.
Long ago, a demigod
All official material related to the character is applied to the analysis unless found contradictory to primary source. Certain alternate materials in IG, Asura's Wrath Kai, and creator statements are only
I get it.
Asura's Wrath Kai. I think that's the manga. I'm not sure, but it could be the manga. If that is,
I figured they were making a Dragon Ball Z Kai reference.
no, I think this is the manga, the adaptation, which is a shame. Because a lot of cool.
But just change who was making the reference then.
from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod
All right, hold on a
generals,
second. Hold on a
Asura
second. Age 12,500 years old. He's 28 physically. Nice. He's a demigod, a father of Mithra and husband of Durga, former member of the 8 Guardian Generals, likes family, hospering QTEs. Oh God, this like the 7 deities, Chakravartin, hearing his daughter cry, chosen inheritor of the universe. Put him in Marvel vs. Capcom already. Goddamn, do you cowards? Do it. Give me him. I want them. I'm sure Marvel vs. Capcom.
And have it be a good Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma.
I mean, you could play. You always play mod MCU 3.
True, but even modded, it doesn't have Squirrel Girl in it.
Give it time.
Dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer. mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine.
Yeah.
In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him.
What a dick.
What a dick.
But true to his nature, Asura was literally
Too angry to die.
So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up.
Not thousands, like billions, trillions of people.
Asura got really, really, really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with
First
just
boss.
a finger. Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly.
One second,
hone in
mantra.
his fist to-
Enhances strength, speed, durability, and stamina. Rapid fire and homing charge projectiles. Energy spirals, waves, and explosions. Mantra arms, propel flight. Mantra of Wrath, one of 8 mantra affinities, increases Asura's strength the angrier he gets. Manifests fire from mantra. Resurrection, enables transformation, and has a mantra reactor, like an Iron Man suit.
break steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid, like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her whole village,
Yeah.
sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
Oh my god. Okay. Can we talk about the Berserker Asura for a second, and how Liam O'Brien, Asura's VA, basically destroyed his voice, and had to get sent to a hospital just to get that scream out.
Dang.
Yeah.
Some voice actors just go hard, huh?
Liam O'Brien is the GOAT. He should get like $10,000 to check every single day since that role, because oh my god, the man's a legend.
He's up.
The
he's
gods
in
were
he's up
sacrificing
there.
thousands of people to power up. Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the
Skill
angrier
issue.
he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to
Vajra Asura melee's arm. 6 armed Vajra mantra. 6 melee arms. Berserker has 4 mantra arms, mantra bolts and beams. Wrath Asura, mantra Asura, supercharged melees. Melodi's arms, Asura the Destructor, planet size, in Starflight.
Level so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again! Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms! His mantra form! Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast!
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop!
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
Yes.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it. That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the mantra reactor.
The mantra reactor focuses Asura's affinity with full control, bypassing any detrimental effects such as his wrath form to ascend to far greater power.
Of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet! Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars!
Chakravartin was
annihilated planets and stars, rescued Mithra after 12,500 years plus of suffering, shredded through an army of Goma while without any arms, made August drew his sword for the second time ever, defeated Wizen, August, Deus, Goma, Vlitra, Yasha, and Chakravartin, fought Akuma and only to a standstill. Oh yeah, let's not forget that.
understandably impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu, right in the balls.
That's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything, all because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Absolutely peak. Okay, guys, how we feel?
I still want to say Asura, but I'm a little hopeful for Kratos.
Honestly, 35 for Kratos, 65 for Asura now.
The fact that they're hiding, the fact that they're being vague about the Idrisil tree makes me think they're going to give Kratos the edge, but it's like it is nail-bitingly close. I have no idea what to expect.
I mean, I don't think that was what the Yggdrasil was there for.
I mean, they didn't give a number.
Like,
They didn't give a number for that. That's the thing. They were hiding the number for that. That's something we have to figure out.
it all depends on who seems like they're winning first.
We'll have to do a lot of explaining for this, but for this, it's time for peak. Devil Artemis has been cooking something good for us for a while now. 9 fucking minutes of animation.
Let's see it.
I'm hopeful. If anything else, we have a QTE battle. There has to be a QTE battle in here somewhere.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh god, Fortnite.
All right, the combatants are set, and we
Oh,
run the
God.
data through all possibilities.
Yeah.
It's time for a dad battle!
Except I'm having to espresso instead of that one.
It's gonna be so good. Here's the preview. Kratos, the god of war. Menacing. Oh. Oh, hello. Mithra? What the fuck?
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But
Wrathful deity
not
Asura.
for long. You do not want this fight.
Something's sus happening.
Run!
Holy shit. Oh, they're doing the thing. Oh shit, goodies! Let's go! 6 arm flush.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up! Very well.
Drop me your spirit, let's do it. Oh,
Oh, he's bringing this out early?
oh shit. Oh fuck, they broke dimensions.
This is not my end!
Uh-oh. Is he gonna catch the fish?
Of course he is. There's no way it's been 9 minutes yet.
Oh, he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
Oh, he helped.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan! But you deserve a worthy end.
He's doing the God of War thing. He's got the Olympus spray. Yep.
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
Oh. Damn.
Damn.
Well, I guess
We
Asura's
forgot
wrath
about him
really is
holding up the
gone.
universe.
Sure, this is how
No,
it
we
go?
didn't.
Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had some amazing displays of
Well,
No.
I guess Asura's
You were focused on Yagrajet. You were
Yes.
focused on the world tree.
No, it's-
We all forgot about the fact that he physically held up the universe.
No, not really. I'm pretty sure the digital thing is gonna be more impressive. Just watch.
wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced,
Kratos has directly defeated Atlas in combat, who had just recently captured Helios, first supporting the notion that Kratos could outspeed Helios.
Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify.
If Asura were to destroy the planet Kratos was on, he could survive in outer space, as shown in the of Ares. This event is further substantiated as non-illusionary in God of War 2 and its novelization.
But that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes,
Kratos' time-slowing powers would enable a safer approach, gaining significant edge. Chakravartin's own time relation affected Asura in gaining vulnerability. Okay.
relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like Mantra.
Yeah.
In God of War Ascension, Hades and his warriors empowered themselves with souls represented as green orbs. The Blade of Olympus drained Kratos of his green orbs in God of War 2, supporting the notion that they can absorb mantra, a similar form of spiritual energy. Okay.
When Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility and multiple ways to...
Despite Asura being resistant to manipulation, mantra energy has been harnessed and forced to be controlled before, such as by the mantra reactor. Okay.
Finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries. days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could.
In the manga, Asura's rage is so immense that he's been able to survive without his core and outpace this absorption method, regenerating immediately. Kratos' multiple sources of absorption can drain beings stronger than Asura, suggesting that Asura will eventually succumb. Keeping Bar's parts separated is also a viable counter in that continuity, so Kratos should be capable of. Yeah, that's fair.
Match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do. If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Yeah.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000
Ooh,
times.
fuck.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
It's obviously
I told you guys.
a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is
Throughout the game, Kratos directly interacts with
only one.
hold on a second. God damn it, because the thing is in the way.
Two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
even if we assume
Kratos directly interacts with the tree and collects dew from branches. In Norse mythology, Yggdrasil generally is considered an ash tree. However, the God of War cookbook of the 9 realms describes it as a yew tree, which is slightly less than ash. Okay.
the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times.
Oh!
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath too, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Asura's The Sun Rises. The God of Wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Finally, perhaps Kratos. This was fucking amazing. Thank God. I'm so grateful.
Okay, so who was next? I really am curious to know who's next.
Hold on a second. They have more to say.
The winner is Kratos.
But what if?
Well, it's an ending.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're doing the thing! I think they just want to do it. Ah, fuck. I think Devil Artemis just really want to do this. And just in case. Oh, Calliope.
Aww.
Aww.
Honestly, it would really be cool if the brother and sister can meet each other.
Brother and sister. Brother and sister.
Kratos' son meets his first kid,
Yeah,
you know?
Okay.
it'd be kind of cool.
And that can concludes my
When-
pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end.
Damn, fuck. I appreciate they're giving Devil Artemis the a leeway to just go ham for that one. That was amazing. Absolute 10 out of 10.
Next time.
Next time on Death.
Battle.
On Death Battle.
There we go.
Chain.
Oh,
Ghost
Bond?
Rider?
Bond versus Ghost Rider.
Yes. Okay.
Subscribe and join us.
Okay, so this was revealed at MagFest, which I wasn't.
They are very similar.
This was revealed. This was revealed back in MagFest like last weekend.
You know, it's one of those ones where I don't think I'm going to have any leaning on. So,
But it
yay
also,
me.
but it also means I don't have to fucking draw either of them because they're both on my poster already. But this was fucking amazing, guys. Holy shit! I'm gonna rewatch the
Yeah,
show.
this was excellent.
I'm gonna rewatch the show of this. I'm hopefully we'll see the projections. I'll try to get this done from today, possibly. But thanks again, guys, so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time for Ghost Rider vs. Spawn.
I'll be there.
I'll see.
Oh, yeah.
I see you guys there, and until then, take care. Bye bye.